Eat Eric Roberts.
Eat Eric Roberts.
Given how many times we've referenced that line, it was only a matter of time before we talked about this series on this. So
yes, and get your Eat Eric Roberts t-shirts available on our Make Believe website.
Well, hello, beloved audience. Now that we can actually properly do that, today we're talking about a series where I honestly probably should have put this in my top 10 theme songs.
Yeah, we really should have.
But we're going to talk about South Park. Bigger, longer, and uncut, the film. Which I want to say aired during either between the third and the fourth, or between the fourth and the fifth season. I can't remember which.
It's one of those. I want to say third and fourth.
It came out in 1999.
Yeah.
So I wasn't actively watching South Park when this came out because I was a child.
Yeah.
But going back a little bit, since we never really talked about South Park, I probably started watching this way younger than I should have.
Oh yeah, we definitely did.
There was the first episode I ever saw was our uncle, who we've mentioned on the channel several times, had a recorded VHS tape of Austin Powers, and on the front of that was the Santa versus Jesus Christ special. And probably should. I watched that a lot.
But it was also the original pilot.
Yeah, and I probably should not have been watching given the amount of...
Oh no, we shouldn't have.
Child murder. Is that the other?
Kicking babies through windows.
Oh yeah. So my real love for South Park started when I was 11 going on 12. Our uncle lived with us at the time, and we would just steal his DVDs all the time because we were assholes like that.
Oh yeah.
And he had the whole first season of South Park on DVD.
First 2 seasons.
Yeah, okay, whatever. Well, point is, we would rewatch them all the time.
Oh yeah, especially season 1.
And, we didn't understand the jokes when we were kids.
No, it's like kids cursing.
But it's like, haha, we're watching something adult, so we're cool. And then you go back and watch it as an adult, and you're like, oh my god.
We should not have been watching that.
No, yeah, it's, But, yeah, I've basically been a fan of South Park for the last 20 years.
Yeah, we've been fans of South Park the exact same time. Because we used to watch it, like, every time it was on, every night at Comedy Central.
Our parents never monitored what we watched. Good job, Mom.
Yeah, right?
And, yeah, that's probably why we're filthy potty mouths today.
More than likely.
But, South Park was originally aired, I believe it started in 1996? 1990. I want to say it started in 1996.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, actually started in 1997.
Oh. Look at that.
Created by Trey Parker and Matt Stone, who are... Jesus Christ. Those people.
Genius.
And it has been... I would argue... It has had a more consistent run than both The Simpsons and Family Guy and other similar shows.
Oh, absolutely.
I would argue that. Especially nowadays, where both The Simpsons and Family Guy have kind of gone down the pooper.
I think there's legit only one bad season of South Park.
Like, South Park has ups and downs, but it's pretty consistent run because South Park does not give a fuck about your feelings.
It really doesn't.
So the general premise of the show, before we talk about the movie, it focuses on a group of 4 kids: Stan Marsh, Kyle Broflowski, Eric Cartman, and Kenny McCormick. And they go on really surreal, bizarre adventures. That's
to say the least.
Like, their adventures take them from as simple as your friend having an anal probe in the first episode. Like, that's how the show starts.
One of the main characters gets an anal probe
in the first episode. And then we end up fighting Cthulhu, and there are crab people and and like Saddam Hussein and Satan are in like a fucking gay romance.
And all hail the great Queen Spider.
And then the planet Marglar, and Mr. Garrison is president at one point, and it's
the Galgamex.
The fucking Galgamex. A fish from another dimension who eats people, and
Imagination Land.
Oh my god, the guinea pigs.
Ah,
And the guinea bees, and the guinea bees, and the guinea pirates, and
Lemmy Winks.
This show goes completely off the rails, and it never makes any amount of sense. They somehow try to give it continuity, and okay,
There is no continuity.
It's weird though because they reference older episodes all the time.
I know.
So it's like, or Cartman's hand being Jeffrey Lopez.
Kind of a Lopez.
Anyway, yeah, no, South Park is fucking ridiculous.
Absolutely.
And I love it so much. But we're not talking about the show. We are talking about the movie, which I'm honestly a little upset there's only one.
Right?
And this episode is basically a big middle finger to the MPAA.
This episode?
No, this movie. Yeah, basically it's an extended episode of South Park is basically the right way to look at it.
Yeah, it is.
It's a big middle finger to the MPAA. That's
what absolutely.
And we'll get there. So the movie starts.
I think we should talk about how we found out about the movie.
You.
Yeah, again, stealing our uncle's movies all the time. I just discovered more South Park. It's called Bigger, Longer, and Uncut. Okay, what's this? I put the movie in, and they're just saying F-bombs, and I'm like, this is a movie! I immediately stopped it, ran to find Frankie and our friend Dylan at Dylan's house. I'm like, it was literally like a scene in South Park where Carmen's going, you guys!
They're gonna say shit on cop drama.
It was pretty much that. Like, it's a South Park movie. They say the F word.
No way, dude.
Which is amazing because by that point we had seen RoboCop 2.
I mean, then you go back and watch this movie as an adult, and it's like, oh my god.
We should not have watched that.
No, this movie is fucked up.
No.
But the movie starts with Stan grabbing Kenny, Kyle, and Cartman.
Oh, by the way, did we mention this movie's a musical?
This movie is a fucking musical. And the song at the beginning is fucking ridiculous.
Well, it's almost like a Disney movie.
But, like, you see Kyle kicking Ike through a window. The song is ridiculous. And they go on about how, like, you see a deer piss on a log right at the beginning. And then, like, Stan's, like, talking about how nice the people are. And the guy's like, get away from me!
Get away!
It's amazing.
And all the parents are just, like, praising how good their children are.
Yeah, despite the fact that, you know...
Their foul-mouthed little...
that Cartman is actually, like, the spawn of fucking Satan. He's just, like, awful in every imaginable way. But they get to the box office and they're like, can we have 4 tickets to Terrence and the Philip Asses on Fire? And the guy's like, no, this movie's rated R. It has naughty language. So they pay a homeless guy to get them in.
Yeah.
And the movie starts, and it's Terrence and Philip. There's like, Terrence looks at Philip. And for those of you who don't know, Terrence and Philip are like their idols. Are these Canadian guys. The Canadian South Park have flapping heads and no hands or feet.
Yeah.
And they're like made of squares. You're such a pig fucker, Philip!
And they're just shocked.
And they start singing a song about fucking each other's uncles, or how they would fuck their own uncles, and just goes off the rails. And
it does, and this is where the movie just goes off the rails.
Uncle fucker, uncle fucker.
Like, and the audience is just walking out, but the boys are loving and dancing on the seats.
What garbage! What do you expect? They're Canadian. And so they go find all their friends at Stark's Pond. And before they say anything, Stan has had a crush since day one on Wendy Testerberger.
Well, they were boyfriend and girlfriend by this point already.
But Gregory, that piece of garbage.
Oh, fuck Gregory.
It's funny because she says that at the end of the movie.
I know.
But, like,
he's a little douche.
We saw a Terrence Phillip movie. And the Cartman's like, yes, I saw a Terrence Phillip movie. It wants to touch me. I said it wants to fucking touch me!
And of course, it has to be Butters.
This is only line of dialogue. He's like,
it's like they knew that what they were going to do with Butters.
Oh my god! And like the kids are just swearing constantly, like more so
Left
than
and
usual.
right.
Like they're in class, and Mr. Garrison, catch on them, and Cartman pulls out a megaphone.
Where
And
did
is like,
he get a megaphone from?
"How would you like to suck my balls, Mr. Garrison?" And it's just
No, he's talking about fuck. You can't say fucking school, you fucking fat ass.
he said "fuck" again. Fuck. Just Kenny
Now, how
just says
many times
it.
is the word fuck said in this film?
Dude, I'm going to look that up. But so they go to see the counselor, and the mothers show up, and like they're looking, and Mr. Mackey shows them a list of what the kids have been saying, and Kyle's mom, who's very, very Jersey-ish, was like, "What the heck is a rim job?" And Cartman's mom, "That's when you put your leg behind your head if someone licked your ass." Because of course Cartman's mom knows what that is.
Oh, of course. And it's just a 5-minute scene. They're just staring at Kermit's mom like, what the fuck?
But so they have this all the kids. So South Park Bigger, Longer, and Uncut uses the word "fuck" 146 times.
Holy shit.
399 swear words in total, 199 offensive gestures, and 221 acts of violence.
Oh my god.
Like, yeah. But
Wow.
so the kids all have to go to this counselor's meeting with Mr. Mackey, where
It's pretty much like rehab.
where he sings them about not going down a hole in life. He's singing this to 8-year-olds, by the way, about you don't have to spend your life addicted to smack, homeless on the streets giving hand jobs for crack. Follow this plan, and very soon you're talking to these kids about giving hand jobs for crack. They're
And
children.
All they've just been doing is cursing.
Yeah, and
But apparently cursing is going to lead them becoming homeless and giving hand jobs for crack.
We'll get there because this movie makes a fucking point to bring that up. And they immediately, Mr. Mackey's like, "You have the rest of the day off now that you're cured." They go watch the movie again. It's just, like it doesn't faze them.
No, they don't care. Like, what are we going to do? We're going to watch the movie again.
So Cartman is like, you can't light your farts on fire. It's bullcrap. So Kenny lights a fart on fire.
Because of course Kenny does.
And he gets to the hospital, and they're ripping this kid apart, right? Like, they're ripping out his intestines, putting him back in. Stan throws up at Kyle and Cartman, like, "Really, Stan? That's gross. That's what's gross to you." Okay. Okay. Yeah, that's the problem. So George Clooney actually voices the doctor, and he's like, "Kenny, we replaced your heart with baked potatoes. You have about 3 seconds left." What?
Isn't the doctor played by George Clooney?
I just said that.
Oh.
I literally just said that. So Kenny dies, and now the parents show up and not even giving a shit that their friend just died, even though he dies all the time.
Yeah, right.
They get grounded in front of their friend who has just been killed. That's what the parents are.
His chest has a giant hole in it.
Like he's been burnt to death. Was ran over by a truck. Had salt poured on him. And then his heart exploded, and then got turned into a baked potato, and then that blew up. Like, so they ground their kids because they want they ground these kids whose best friends died right in front of them, but they're concerned about the fact they saw a movie with curse words.
The blood is still on their sweaters.
Yes. So Kenny starts going to heaven. What is this place beyond the stars?
It's full of boobs.
Could it be you're free at last? No! Little boy, you're going to hell!
And suddenly Metallica shows up.
And Kenny gets sent to hell because unless you're Mormon in the South Park world, you don't go to heaven.
Yeah, that is true.
And poor Kenny just ends up in hell.
Hell isn't good, hey. Hell.
Yeah. And while he's there, he runs into Satan, who is in a relationship with Saddam Hussein.
Who in South Park got killed by a bunch of wild boars.
See, I thought he was killed in by a bunch of Canadians farting on him.
Yeah, I guess I didn't remember that.
And while that's happening, Kyle's mother forms an organization called MAC, Mothers Against Canada, and they sing a song called Blame Canada.
which was nominated for an Oscar.
I think Robin Williams sang it on stage.
He did.
Like, they even call Canada not a real country anymore during the song.
Yeah.
Okay, so sure.
It just gets ridiculous.
It's obnoxious. There's a point where I think Sheila has a conversation with the Canadian Prime Minister, and the Canadian Prime Minister points out straight up, you guys show violence on TV all the time. Why is a movie with a bunch of swear words pissing you off so much?
Because it's evil.
Like, that's the point. That's like,
Yeah.
You're okay with your kids seeing people being ripped to shreds and blood splatters, but oh no, curse words, that's bad. Get the fuck out of here.
Well, that's just that. Now it's just going on like how they got South Park was dealing with censorships all the time.
Yeah, there's a line in the movie where she was like, violence is okay on TV as long as there's no naughty language.
Exactly.
Like, yeah, okay.
And it's sad how true that still is.
So, Terrence and Phillip are on Conan, and one of me and Anthony's most quoted South Park lines is here. I forgot who the other guest is.
It's Brooke Shields.
And Brooke Shields, they're talking about farting and they're cursing and this, that, the other. Brooke Shields like, I once farted on the set of Blue Lagoon, and Phillip just slaps her in the face.
It's like a 3-minute pause, and then Phillip just smacks her. That's what she gets for making Endless Love.
It's incredible.
Just why?
They're ambushed by the American government, and Conan, feeling guilty about it, jumps out the window and kills himself.
I think he's voiced by Brett Spiner from Star Trek Next Generation.
He was, and then a guy hears the alarm, his car comes in, hits the car alarm, and walks away. Doesn't react to the fact that, and Canada bombs the Baldwins.
And all the Baldwins are dead?
And why is that their first instinct, to bomb the Baldwins?
But that causes them to go to war.
And it's Bill Clinton.
Because of the death of the Baldwins.
So, in hell, Kenny sees Satan being abused by Saddam Hussein emotionally.
Because they're fucking.
It's sex the only thing that matters. And then they turn off the lights and you can hear it, and it's
so wrong.
Oh yeah, you like that, don't you, bitch? And Satan in South Park, I think it's the first time you really see this. He's not really evil.
Yeah, no, this is the first time you really see it. But also I want to point out, this movie does so much more for gay couples hooking up than any film Hollywood's ever produced, despite the fact we're all trying to be all PC.
Up there's so
Let that sink in for a second, world.
And also during that, Cartman sings the Kyle's Mom's a Bitch song again from, I think it was somewhere in season 1.
Yeah, it was Mr. Hanky the Christmas Boo.
And Sheila walks in on it.
Why did she just show up?
Because of course she does, Anthony. Because of course she does.
It's the middle of a school day.
And he has a V-chip installed in him, meaning every time he curses, he
gets electrocuted.
It's ridiculous.
It's basically child abuse.
And they tell Kyle, Stan and Cartman tell Kyle, yo, you gotta stand up to your mom. She has to put a stop to this. Kyle cannot do it.
No, he can't.
So Stan tries talking to his mom, and she's just not listening. She's like, you know what? Fuck it. We gotta do this ourselves. And they start singing about Brian Boitano. And when did Brian Boitano do these things?
I don't even know who Brian Boitano is.
He's like a figure skater, like an Olympics figure skating champion or something.
Was he really all that special?
He fought
to warn an entire song?
Anthony, he defeated grizzly bears and defeated the evil robot king to save the human race again.
That's
when he built the pyramids, he beat up Kubler Khan because Brian Boitano doesn't take shit from anybody.
That's true. That is true.
Now, during this, I missed something a little bit ago. Stan was talking to Chef, and he wanted to ask, and he asked her, how do you get a girl to like you? And Stan's like, Chef's like, just find the clitoris. So Stan Cartman and Kyle are on the computer.
Can we just talk about how we have Isaac Hayes and he only has like one song, and it's not even a full song in a musical?
That is weird, isn't it?
It's very weird.
So they Google the clitoris, right?
This is the best joke.
And German Scheiße as a car, and they're watching this video, and it's like Kyle's like, it's a lady getting pooed on. Sam's like, it's Cartman's mom, and Cartman's like, really? And Kyle's like, it is Cartman's mom.
It is Cartman's mom.
She's getting fed on in a German Scheiße.
Oh, god damn, your mom sucks, Cartman.
What the fuck is wrong with German people?
They're so grossed out. Stan's puking. God damn, your mom sucks, Cartman.
So they form La Resistance.
La Resistance is on.
And that guy Gregory basically just takes over.
It's basically a Les Mis parody.
I hate the movie so.
You good?
Yeah, I'm fine. I had back in hell, Kenny convinces Satan, like, yo, fuck that guy. He's a piece of shit. You gotta dump him.
Yeah.
Doesn't work. And
because like any woman in an abusive relationship, they usually tend to go back before they realize, yeah, no, he's bad.
Their plan is to take over Earth. All the stars of the lineup, including the death of Terrence and Philip on American soil. That's specific.
You see, ladies, Satan can do it. You guys can do it too. We believe in you all. You don't have to tolerate that type of
Satan didn't do it because
he does eventually.
We'll get there. So Kenny warns Cartman what's going on.
Why is he going to Cartman? It's the worst person you could go to.
So they go meet this guy, the Mole. And the Mole is a chain-smoking 8-year-old who was grounded for calling God a piece of shit or something like that.
He's literally just Frankie.
Pretty much.
Minus the smoking.
And something that's been going on is Canadians being put in like concentration camps. And
so Kyle has to put his little brother Ike in the attic, like Anne Frank.
This is so fucked. And during the La Resistance song, like you see like the dads of South Park getting ready to kill people, and then you see Satan trying to get back to heaven. And
yeah, all the dads have enlisted into the military, while the moms are pretty much leading this.
Stan and Kyle look at each other like, when did this song become a marathon? And it's fucking ridiculous.
It is.
So they infiltrate the show. Cartman does not set the alarm off correctly, and the Mole is killed by dogs.
An 8-year-old boy is mauled to death by dogs.
And they have this sad music playing, and he starts saying "Feel Resistance." Kyle's just like, "Shit!
Damn it!"
That's all he says. Like, he doesn't care. The kid died. He's just annoyed.
The kid died in his arms, but he's just annoyed that they had to do this without him.
So, the boys try to warn their mothers about Satan's prophecy because Cartman was able to finally tell them what Kenny had said.
Yeah,
and they are ignored, and Terrence Phillips are being executed
by Mr. Garrison of all people.
But the Canadians show up, and there's this battle going on. And Operation Human Shield with all the black people was just like,
oh god, Operation Human Shield. It's so racist. It's so bad.
Cartman turns off the switch, and Terrence Phillips are like, cool, bye. But the Shock starts fucking with his V-chip. But the moms are like, yo, what is going on? This is insane. We have to stop this.
I think we went a bit too far.
And Stan was knocked out by an explosion because he was trying to save Terrence Phillips. And he finds...
Kid goes flying! What are you talking about?
And he finds a sentient clitoris. Okay.
Yeah.
Looks like strawberry ice cream, but alright.
It does.
And she's like, dude, just be yourself and she'll fall for you!
Chicks dig confidence!
And so Stan leads the others, like now that he's super confident, they form a shield in front of Terrence and Phillip.
Stand up, children, you can still see fart jokes on Nickelodeon.
And Kyle's like, didn't you forget that your own son is Canadian?
Whoops. And
she takes the gun, kills Terrence and Phillip.
Yeah, well, she just doubles down.
Mm-hmm. And here comes Satan.
And Saddam Hussein.
And
Saddam just acting like how he's been and takes over.
Saddam keeps insulting Cartman, and Cartman turns into fucking Raiden.
Pretty much.
And he just curses, and destroys Saddam. Just obliterates him with lightning powers.
Yeah.
And, like, I think the strongest curse word was Barbra Streisand, which I find really funny.
Yeah, well, they hate Barbra Streisand for a good reason.
And Saddam's like, destroy him!
Come on, you weak, stupid cum bucket, save me!
That is it!
By the way, weak, stupid cum bucket is what I've named, is what I put one of my friends on my phone as.
I know who you're talking about. So Satan grabs Saddam and throws him into a spike.
See, ladies, that's what you should all do to your abusers. You can do it. We from the shelf believe you can throw your abusers into spikes.
So Satan,
and we fully support that.
Satan is thankful for Kenny's support and is like, I'm going to grant you one wish. And Kenny's like, just bring everything back to normal. Just fix everything.
Yeah.
And Kenny, this is the first time I think you see his face the entire series.
It is. The first time you see it.
Pulls his mask down and is voiced not by Matt Stone, but by Judge.
Yeah, it's weird.
And he says, goodbye, you guys. And it's really heartfelt. It's honestly, this moment here feels like the end of the series right there.
I think they subconsciously made it so, but they're pretty certain they were going to get another season.
So the Canadians and the Americans make peace. Sheila reconciles with Kyle, and Wendy says, fuck Gregory, and kisses Stan in the mouth.
And Greg is just kind of left the fuck off.
Kenny is given angel wings and is allowed into heaven.
With all the boobs.
And that's South Park. Bigger. Longer and uncut. What a fucking movie.
I love it.
Oh, no, it's fantastic. It's fucking incredible. It is.
It's amazing. And it's amazing how true it still holds.
Like, if you don't laugh throughout this movie, you don't have a sense.
You really don't.
This is hilarious. The show's great. The movie's great. The songs are disturbingly catchy.
Very catchy.
Like, a lot of them still live in my head for rent-free, especially Blame Canada.
And that bitch Aunt Murray, too.
Uncle Fucker is...
fantastic.
Oh my god. And... oh man. I'm trying to think who would I say the main character of this movie is.
Well, this is back when it was still all four boys, before Butters and Cartman and Randy took over the show.
Yeah. But it mainly centers around Stan, Kyle, Cartman, and Kenny.
Yeah.
And I would argue that the main antagonist is Saddam Hussein, not so much Satan.
I'd say it's more Sheila Brofalski.
Yeah. This movie is not for the faint of heart, though.
No.
If you can't handle curse words, if you can't handle vulgar humor, if you can't handle some violence,
if you can't handle Satan fucking Saddam Hussein,
this movie will offend some people because that's what Trey Parker and Matt Stone do.
Nothing is safe. No side of an argument is safe.
But you know what? The point they're making in the movie is a strong point, which is
very still true.
Like, you guys are pissed off about cursing, but not violence. Give me a break. And I would much rather my kids, if I had them, hear curse words, see somebody get shot in the head.
Oh, I don't care if my children curse at a certain age. I'm like, as long as they're not being fucking bullies or doing something like that, I'm like, words are words.
Honestly, though, like, and this movie makes a good point in beating that down your throat. It goes way over the top really quickly, but that's just South Park for you.
Yeah.
But honestly, I don't have many flaws with this movie at all.
Me either.
Being a fan of South Park will help you enjoy this movie. If you're not a fan of South Park, this won't change your mind.
No.
However, if you are a fan of South Park, if you haven't watched this by now and you're a South Park fan, why?
Seriously.
Like, what? All right, before we also, this was the highest grossing R-rated animated movie for a while.
Really?
It no longer is.
What is now?
Mugen Train, Demon Slayer, the Mugen Train.
That's rated R?
It's violent as fuck, yeah.
I mean, yeah, I can see that.
Yeah. Before that, a Sausage Party did beat this.
Sausage Party does not hold up like this does.
No, not even close. But Sausage Party is more straight up making fun of kids' movies.
Yeah.
Before we go, Anthony, what is your favorite episode of South?
My favorite episode? Jeez, that's a loaded question. Wow.
I got 3. Cartman joins Nambla.
Doodly doodly gaga.
South Park is gay.
Why?
Because of the crab people.
Goddamn crab people.
It doesn't make any sense, and I love it so much. And then I have a soft spot for, what's it called? Make Love Not Warcraft.
That's a good one. I'll go to count this 3-parter as one episode. The Imagination Land trilogy.
That's good.
Yeah. The episode where Randy tries to become a Broadway producer.
I'm not disrespecting you, bro.
The bro down has ended. Mainly because I'm a theater kid, so I love that.
That episode's incredible, though. Oh my god.
My third one. The Halloween episode where Randy buys Blockbuster.
Oh, ha, ha, ha.
Streaming Halloween 4. Ha, ha. Yeah, I think those are my 3 favorites.
He's frozen at the end like Jack from The Shining.
Chicken nuggets.
Fries.
Sweet and sour sauce.
I see orange.
He just becomes Jack from The Shining.
He's just frozen. That's actually Frozen Randy is my Uncle Pete on my phone.
Well, The Shining's also one of my favorite movies, so.
Oh, The Shining's great.
I love The Shining so much.
Speaking of, Anthony, what is our next podcast going
Well,
to
I
be?
thought about doing a film you haven't seen, but honestly, I just recently watched this, so I kind of want to talk about a very underrated film. I want to talk about The Iron Giant.
The Iron Giant? All right. I
kind of just want to keep this gravy train going of good films.
Iron Giant. All right, let's do it. You go.
Save it for the review.
Thank you guys so much for listening to today's review, and we'll see you next time for The Iron Giant.
Let's go.